The following segment is sponsored by Eastern Title and Settlement and the Mortgage Link. The real estate top performers want to let you know how you can maximize your VA loans and share advice for relocations. I'm joined this morning by Carl Barnes of RLAH Real Estate, Josh Green of Eastern Title and Settlement, along with Kevin Russell of the Mortgage Link. Kevin, we're going to start with you. You have a great mortgage deal of the day.
Yep. Today we're going to be helping our veterans with at least 10% disability or greater. We're going to be doing a VA purchase, 30 years. It's a $650,000 purchase price with the same loan amount, because when you have a 10% disability rating or greater, there is no VA funding fee. The interest rate is a 5.375% with 1 point and an APR of 5.99%. And the minimum credit score for this is a 740.
Is this something you do a lot, do the help with the VA loans? Or, okay,
for
so
sure.
this deal today, how important is that?
It is huge. My partner right here, Carl, he was actually a captain in the Army. So that is something that we really try to focus on a lot, is helping our VA clients.
Yeah, making sure that they're all
There's a lot of them because of NIH, Walter Reed. You get a
in
lot
this
of
area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge military population.
Carl, you've got to know about that. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us.
How important is it for our veterans to be taken care of when they are looking for homes?
It's huge. So it's one of my biases, but it's one of the best benefits. You have a lot of benefits that are afforded to you for serving, and utilizing that VA loan is a huge one that you can really take advantage of and unlock some great opportunities.
Absolutely. Kevin, I don't want to let you go too far away before. How long will this deal of the day? Just today? So they have to take advantage of it today?
It's good for 30 days.
Oh, for 30 days. Okay.
Or the lock would be good for 30 days, but that's with today's market.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Sorry for clarifying that.
No, that's okay.
You've got to lock in today to get the rate.
Exactly.
You're bringing all the bad news down there.
No,
Josh,
I'm saying, come on, let's go. Get it done today. Don't wait till tomorrow, because the rate's not going to be there in a couple of days. It could go up and it could go down, and you don't know. So, you need to act now.
Absolutely.
For sure.
You're a motivator. Okay, Carl, I did want to ask you about getting help. It's seller help with VA loans. What does that even mean? What should people know?
So Kevin can chime in a little bit too, but essentially, so everyone's known the market always changes, but we're in kind of a changing period now where a lot of the chaos has subsided. Over the past year and change, to consider seller help was probably not really on anyone's mind when sellers had all the advantages going for them.
Right.
As things kind of calm down, knock on wood, there's some more opportunity from the buyer side to have some negotiating power. So that comes down to being able to negotiate things that the sellers are crediting them. So when we look at a lot of the numbers that Kevin was going over, when you think of a VA loan, it's zero down, but that doesn't always mean zero costs. So there are cash out of pocket things that come in, the closing costs being the biggest consideration. So that can be a tool at the negotiating table to negotiate for the buyer client, in this case on a VA, to maybe offset some of that cash down by getting a credit from the seller.
So offset the cash
I mean,
down.
you could literally be a VA and put no money down if you could get a seller credit for at least like 3%. And then the VA covers everything else. You can buy a house for nothing. So why would you buy a house right now?
Yeah. Is that the biggest? Is there anything else you can ask for from the sellers?
So you can actually get up to 4% in a VA loan, and then on top of that, something that's special with VA loans is you can actually have the seller pay off things like a credit card. So if you have high credit card debt or something like that, and the seller wants to help out a veteran, you're able to do so in a VA loan.
Is that common? Do you guys see this happening a lot?
Well, in the past 12 months or so, we haven't been seeing that at all.
Yeah.
But as it's starting to move along, we are starting to see more seller help in scenarios like that coming about.
Okay. We want to talk about relocating too for veterans. What's your advice there?
So all this goes into, you need the right team behind you. So having used a VA loan myself, working primarily with people who use VA loans, that's my specialty, if you will. And so if you are that VA buyer, having the right people that know what they're doing behind you. So having the loan team, having the title team, having everybody behind you is key. So there's so much nuance to being active duty and relocating. There's just, you are being required to move by your job, usually a tight timeline, a lot comes with it if you have a family in tow. So we actually have a lot of service members who are buying, they maybe have 60 days, 90 days would be wonderful. Anyone who's served knows that's not always the case.
That's not the case, yeah.
And so from the day of knowing that you're moving, you've got so many things moving, and if you are trying to buy a house, that's just one of the many things.
Yeah.
So our job really is to take that burden off, but there's a lot of trust that comes with it. So we have a lot of service members moving from across the country or across the world who maybe have never been to the DMV,
Yeah.
and are putting that trust in me to take a Zoom call with them, show them through houses, and putting offers on houses based on that communication and all of that. Best case, they can move out here for a week of a trip to try to
see 'em
tour,
in person.
but that's not always the case.
Yeah. Josh, are you, I mean, they've got to move quickly. Is that
Yeah,
what
and we
you
love
guys
that
do a
because
lot?
we close anywhere, anytime. So, like, you know,
Yeah.
we can have somebody who's in California relocating to DC, and they don't have to be here to do the settlement. We can do it while they're in California, and then have them settle and then move here with their house when they're ready. So, as long as they trust, you know, Carl to do the walkthrough with them, and he does that, and they go and they want to settle like on a Friday, but they're not supposed to move till the following Friday. We'll go set up the settlement across the country for them, get the seller to sign and the buyer, and they never even have to see each other. And then they own their house and they can come and move whenever they want.
You do that virtually, or
We can
you
do it
send someone?
virtually or we do
Wow.
it in person. It depends on the state and the rules that vary by each state.
Okay. All right. This has been very enlightening. Anything else? Any last minute tip you want to leave people with, Carl?
Just the biggest thing is have the right people on your team, and
Right.
and
Yeah.
looking out for those professionals who are looking out for you, and we're love helping those who've served. So
Yeah. Great. Thank you
And
all.
call Carl now.
Call Carl now. Yes,
Yes.
that's our tagline.
And lock in
Took
that
me a
rate.
minute to know what you were saying, Josh. Thank you all for
Thank
being
you so
here.
much.
On the deal of the day, we have it. We're going to put it back up on your screen. You call now to take advantage, as Josh had said, of this amazing offer. You call 833-MTG-LINK or visit the mtglink.com. Also, be sure to follow the real estate top performers. You can follow them on YouTube to get more advice on buying and selling a home.